Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am back with a video that many of you guys have requested, the updated Drytron list. So last week I uploaded the video, which was my deck profile of the Extravaganza, but we are 1 week, a full week further from that point, and the deck has already evolved. It's going to be really interesting to see this deck evolve over the format. But yeah, we have an updated deck list. A lot of things have changed. So yeah, let's dive in and talk about it a little bit. So the first cards you're gonna see are already slightly different from what you were used to. So here we have a Drytron Meteonis Draconis. We are using this card now, so I have always liked this card, but in the last build it didn't really make sense to play him. But we were indeed missing a card to like for turn 3, or just like additional targets to search for. So yeah, we opted to play this card again, which was really solid, and it's really part of the end port now. We have updated the Drytron Mubeta Fafnirs to 2 as well, so you can easily summon this card and still have an XRC material, and overall the card works really solid, so we're playing that at 1. Then we have the Idaten, of course, still in there, and the Benton. Now, this is already a big change from what you were seeing. We are playing Herald of the Perfection. So, Herald of the Perfection, it's a ghost rare, so you cannot see what this is. Very nice. There, slightly. So, Herald of Perfection and Herald of Ultimateness. The only big difference is Ultimateness can negate summons. Playing this card makes your deck slightly weaker against Zodiac, because they can just make a Zoo attack directly, make a Zeus for like 4 materials. But you still have like a bunch of negates in hand, so it really doesn't matter. But that's the argument that people give. But playing this makes your combo just a lot better, and I'll show you what I mean about later. But we are playing this card now in the deck, and so far I really like it. Like, I'll talk about it later. So we are playing Triple Alpha, Triple Zeta. OTS Supers are not here yet. Then we are playing Double Gamma and Double Delta. We would play Triple Gamma if it was able to summon itself, but it is unfortunately not. So we are playing a little bit more Drytrons, at least one more than you are used to from us. And we are not playing the field spell anymore. A lot of people have been cutting the field spell under the argument that it will not resolve because it will get popped with Trident, it will not resolve because it gets popped by Conquistador, it gets removed in any form or fashion. Personally, I haven't really had that issue a lot. Fafnir almost always resolved, but we are just still experimenting with the list, so for now I have got it, indeed. I still think it's a very solid card, but I do like having 3 additional like flex spots in the deck, so we just got it at Triple Diviner, Triple Herald, Double Ava. That is it for the monster lineup. All very making sense. Then we play the Triple Nova, Triple Emergency. That's it for the Drytron spells. That's Search Drytrons. And we are playing Pre-Prep. So if you don't know Pre-Prep, add 1 ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, and add 1 ritual monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, whose name is listed on the ritual spell card. You can only activate 1 Pre-Prep region of time from Pre-Prep per turn. So for example, this cannot add Meteonis Drytron because it has no ritual name on the spell card. But what this card can add is the Dawn of the Herald spell. Now, this card is used to ritual summon Herald of Perfection, which is the card that we are playing in the deck. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total level equal 6. Imagine ritual summoning in the correct way, right? When Herald of Perfection is ritual summoned by this card's effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard, target 1 of the monsters in your graveyard that was tributed for that ritual summon, return the target to your hand. So, preparation adds a ritual spell and a ritual monster, and he must add a ritual spell from the deck, so this is kind of a brick if you draw it, but you can add this from the graveyard, so you can easily just start tributing it from your hand earlier. Do note that Dawn doesn't summon from the graveyard like we are used to, like not all ritual spells are apparently broken. But you use this card to go +1, and you already have like a ritual summon. Now, what I mostly use this for is, like, for example, you activate Pre-Prep, you add this, you have resolved on Alpha, and you add this. Then you just activate Dawn of the Herald, summon the Benton, or the Perfection by tributing Benton, Then Benton activates, is chaining 1, and Donald Herald activates, is chaining 2, adding Benton back to the hand, chain blocking the Benton, and Benton still gets the search, and you have the Benton in hand to tribute it again for a different Drytron. So then you add a fairy with Benton, so you have protection from Herald as one of the second summon, which is really, really nice. And you still have the Benton in hand to tribute it more for Drytrons that get more advantage. So that's kind of the idea behind the engine. If you don't troll this, you just play out the normal combo and still end on IP, Beatrice, and the Herald, which is nice. Then I still play the tactics, solid card, still alive from every turn. This can be prosperity if you have it. If you don't have prosperity, then and talents. I have no clue what you should play. Then Meteonis, Call by the Grave. Last 3 cards are the triple impermanence. That's still one of the best cards in the format for me. For the extra deck, some small changes, some small surprises, maybe even. Play Link Rebo, IP, Phoenix, Cerberus, no longer Unicorn, no longer playing Cerberus. Access code, Appaloosa. That is it for the Link monsters. Only 6 Link monsters. Lyrodisc, Downard. People have been cutting this for the Fuko. Honestly, in my games, this still comes up a lot. So, yeah. And the Zeus. Beatrice. Double beta, since we are trying to focus on summoning the Meteonis Drytron, and it just helps with your plays as well. The Diviner target, and El Shuttle Construct. Now this is a card that has, people have been playing it, but I never really got it until the second place, I believe, or maybe he even won the event. Owen Wilson from the UK, he won the Extravaganza, or second place the Extravaganza, I'm not really sure. But he has been topping with this deck recently a lot, and he told me this is how it works, this is how you should play it, and he opened my eyes, and I was like, yeah, okay, let's play this. I'll explain why in a bit. So there's constructs. Now you might be wondering, how do you summon constructs? So let's go to the side deck. We are playing 1 app clone side deck. I side this in by siding out the IP most of the time because you're using this to go second. Triple Shuttle Fusion, Ariel Dragon. Alright, so let me break it down for you. You go second, you play against Tribe Zoo, right? They end on like Appaloosa or something not that great, and they trap. So you have sided in this, go second. You have an extract monster, you just activate this. 2 things you can do here. 1, you can send any Drytron from your deck to the grave, together with a dragon, summon construct. Chaining 1 will be construct, chaining 2 will be dragon to pop your trap. So now you have preemptively destroyed the Revolt, which is nice so they cannot ambush you later in the turn. And you can send Ariel with constructs, banishing cards from the grave, which might be good, maybe not. And you send a Drytron from its grave. So you traded Shuttle Fusion for their back row, you have a monster and you have a Drytron in your grave. So this is effectively still a Drytron name, which is really, really insane. And it forces out all your plays your opponent has. Now, in case your opponent has a little bit more than you know how to deal with, but your hand is still playable, you can also just activate Shuttle Fusion, sending the dragon and the Ariel to summon Apollo. Now it's really nice because you can just chain block, chaining 1 Apollo, chaining 2 Ariel, chaining 3 dragon, so they can only respond to the dragon. Then you can negate, for example, Appaloosa or something else, banish 3 cards from the grave, and then destroy a back row. Just sequence these as watches, like what is the most important effect? Probably Apollo chaining 1, maybe dragon chaining 2, and Ariel chaining 3, and banishing doesn't really matter. So at least this is a Drytron name. At best, you can just chain block through your opponent's field with like only a spell. So this engine does become significantly better if you play Prosperity, so keep that in mind. Triple Dark Ruler no more to play through fields. Triple Appointer, Lancia, Duster, Red Reboot for the back row matchups. So we're only playing this for back row, which is maybe not enough. But for generic events, this is what I would advise to just play. I'm still playing this for going first. This can also be something different. And Lancia, I don't have another extra deck spot, so I can only play 1. But you can kind of search it, right? So for side decking, I'm going to give you guys some side deck tips. If I go first, I just side out the imperms and put in the appointers. If you don't want to play appointers, you can also play Judgment, just to make your board a little bit better and insta-win. If you go second, you can just side out the pre-prep and dawn package, which will not help going second probably. So that's already 4 spots for the shadows. I often side out Caught by the Grave going second. I often side out 1 emergency going second as well. And I often side out 1 gamma, 1 delta as well. So you can easily just fit in, like, for example, the shadow package with this and the Dark Ruler No More. Like, just, it's called 8 card for 8 cards. Just to play through like any field that your opponent throws at you. And if you play against Drytron or against Zoo Brigade, you only need the 5 spots, so you can probably side out these and either like the 1 gamma, something that I would side out there, just for like some better matchups. So yeah, that's it for the Drytron deck. Note we are still evolving this deck list day by day by day, and we are far from done. So yeah, if you have any tips or anything that you are playing right now that you would like to let me know, and you can definitely leave a comment down below. Don't look surprised if this deck changes like literally next week, because there's just so much going on in this format right now. Tri-Brigade Zoo is an insanely strong deck. This deck exists and it's like inherently very broken, but there are way more decks on the horizon, and yeah, so this deck is going to evolve more over time. And yeah, hope you like the deck profile, and I will definitely update it once I have more updates. If you want to see me play this deck, go to twitch.tv/Tatsym, link is in the description down below. A big shout out to Suffer Whitejoe for keep building and testing the deck with me, and again a huge shout out to Owen Wilson for the additional theory, and yeah, he's a great guy, and he has a lot of credentials with this deck as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I am sure I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.